Welcome to the State of the Undergraduate Student Body. My name is Mohammed Carr, President of the UNT Student Government Association. This video will break down the past, present, and future of the Student Government Association. The Student Government Association was developed with the influence of progressivism and concern for social issues. Student idealism and growing activism spurred the growth of representative groups to carry the demands of the student population to the administration to redress wrongs, both real and imagined. The new forms of student government were far more interested in representing student issues and changing the campus through the higher education process. As a result of these social conditions, coupled with the increase in enrollment, student governance grew rapidly and gained an increased presence and demand to share more power in decision-making with the administrators on university campuses. By the mid-1920s, student government was a standard feature of many colleges and universities. Indeed, many administrators who worked with students had encouraged the organization and development of student government as a means to involve students in the day-to-day operations of student activities and extracurricular organizations. Student leaders and their legislative bodies mirrored government legislators, holding elections, enacting legislation, and representing students. Over the remainder of the 20th century, student government continued its rapid growth on college and university campuses. Student governments were typically comprised of a student senate representing the students across the campus and a cabinet of elected officers. Student governments collected student fees and then redistributed the money to fund various organizations. Elections were held, funds were dispersed, and legislation was passed, much of it decided by students. Student governments became a source of student recognition, power, influence on campus. SGA was viewed by administration and faculty as the voice of students. Over time, student government became a fixture in higher education. They also became a reflection of the mood and temperament of the student body at large, mirroring the concerns of student population on campus at any given moment. After 76 administrations, starting back in 1948, we still hold true to the mission and essence of why student governments were established: to represent students. Each administration aims to accomplish certain goals that are set with the voice of students. Let's take a look at the Carr administration, starting with our intern program director led by Ideisha Shanklin, who has been able to guide 17 students through an intense leadership and professional development curriculum. In this program, students developed relationships, built techniques, and even planned new events to engage their fellow students. Next, our Governmental Affairs Directors, Gabrielle Tilley, completed Phase 1 of the Menstrual Hygiene Initiative, ensuring that our students have the right to menstrual products free of charge. We know that involvement in student life increased civic engagement and made a focus of this administration. Gabby also was able to register 200 student voters to participate in local, state, and national elections. Next, Maiya Giles, our Communication Director, was able to create and establish the first SGA seal, each part having a significant meaning dedicated towards our students. Maiya also maintained all SGA social media accounts. In addition, Maiya created the first ever Humans of SGA, highlighting specific members within SGA that have a unique story or background. Lastly, Maiya created over 100 graphics and 7 videos, each video reaching over 5,000 students. Next, our student allocation directors, John Carr and Chance Farmer, revolutionized our process to ensure that more students can benefit from our sponsorship. At Eagles Nest, under John's direction, allocated well over $70,000 to student organizations to fund programs like inauguration ceremonies, a 5K, talent show, paint night, and a pageant. Chance and the Raupe program funded over 50 students to attend conferences all across the country to focus on ways to develop as professionally and share their research at prestigious conferences. Our administration focused on ways to engage students diverse in their background and passionate in nature. Our outreach director, Ravin, planned events that would engage students and connect them to SGA in ways they haven't done before. From the Director's Town Hall and SGA Cash Cab to the UNT Game Show and SGA's A Home Run, our outreach efforts ended in every committee being filled and more students seeing themselves inside our association. The Chief of Staff was responsible for planning association-wide events like the State of the Undergraduate Student Body, the Block Out the Hate Rally, and specific SGA events like the End of the Year Banquet and Holiday Party. Stephon's role requires that he keeps and maintains the association's budget as well as purchase all necessary items for SGA or Eagles Nest funded programs. Lastly, Stephon assists with implementing the objectives of the administration, working hand in hand with the President and Vice President. Dominique Thomas, our Vice President, oversees the Student Senate. When the year started, there were 27 senators, and over the course of the Carr administration, 39 senators were seated to serve their colleges. Senators of the 50th and 51st session worked extremely hard to serve the Student Government Association and outreach to their constituents to create the best possible outcomes for the student body. Lastly, in my role as president, SGA has been busy reaching out to students. We have made great strides to diversify SGA and include more voices into the conversation. As president, I oversee the entire executive branch and make sure the mission of SGA holds true. I currently sit on multiple campus-wide committees, implemented the purchase of 23 menstrual hygiene product dispensers, worked to establish an electronic version of TASFA, secured a polling location for local elections, and lastly collaborated with the Transportation Department to establish a payment plan for parking passes. Over 1 year ago, Dominique and I asked you to join the movement of students to make our campus a more inclusive, engaged, and equitable place. With your help, we were able to accomplish those goals. Serving as president has been an honor, and I know the future will always be bright for SGA if they hold true to the core essence of the mission. Students will always be the highest stakeholder in higher education, and it is a sole responsibility for SGA to uphold the values of all students. Thank you.